Doug Ford and Andrew Scheer are targeting illegal border crossers, a sinister new term that basically, in the current context, simply means refugees.
The number of illegal border crossings to Canada has increased 128% over the same time period last year.
Doug calls it a mess. Has he no clue that Ontario was created by political refugees, back when borders were sketchy at best? There would be no Ontario without the United Empire Loyalists who came up from the US after they chose the wrong side in the American Revolution. Fortunately for them, they were welcomed with land and provisions and became the ancestors of some of the Tories who now want to keep sex ed out of the classrooms and get rid of the mess made by illegal border crossers. How would they answer that? Maybe by saying that the Loyalists shared the same values as the people already here, so they could come on in. But that depends on which people already here you mean. There would have been no Canada if the First Nations, who were here originally, had looked at the immigrants arriving from Europe in the 1500s and 1600s and said, "You don't share our values, go somewhere else." They wore weird clothes, spoke unknown languages, didn't know local customs, and had ridiculously unsophisticated and violent religious ideas like the crucifixion. But the native peoples already here weren't put off. They saw what they could learn and acquire from the newcomers in exchange for what they could teach and sell them. And thus you build, at least theoretically, new entities like Ontario and Canada, which eventually formalize themselves in institutions like borders and citizenship. For the Toronto Star, I'm Rick Salutin.